All right. Ta-da! Okay, I gotta breathe. Breyer is making me cry with their closing statements and their little clock horse thingy. So it's not BreyerFest. That was last year. Okay, we're good. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Makes me a little emotional. I pushed the stream a little bit later. I got my time zones boogered somehow, so I thought I was an hour clear of their ending, and I was not. And then I'm like, oh, maybe just it. No, they went over, so that's why we're a little bit late. But hi, welcome, happy Sunday. It's not Sunday morning; it's Sunday evening, but it's BreyerFest, so or afternoon. See, I don't even know. It's BreyerFest weekend, so time doesn't exist, days don't exist, calories don't exist, and budgets don't exist. So, yeah, that's the thing. It's been a wild weekend. It started off being I wasn't really super feeling the festiness. There's like it between having plans to go to BreyerFest this year and having them not work out, and I was just crazy last year, so it's been a weird year. So I was having trouble kind of getting into the spirit of things. There's always the ramping up of the energy trying to get into getting stuff done, and then I had some technical glitches with my website, and that just adds to it. So I felt like I was doing the meme with the carousel where she's like grabbing the carousel and it's dragging her face first. Kind of felt like me to the start of BreyerFest, but as it started to ramp up, the variations popped up. I saw people at the park, they were posting pictures, friends were sending me stuff. It's like, this is exciting. I was seeing all the awesome art that was showing up there. You kind of remember the spirit of it where it's like, I want to be inspired and have fun and celebrate the cool fact that I collect these crazy plastic ponies that when strangers walk into my house, they're like, what is this? But people that walk into the house that are model horse people are like, oh my God. Like the chin is amazing to us. The chin to a normal person off the street would be like, what is happening? So it's just when collect with our people and we are with our tribe and celebrating the awesomeness that is model horses and kind of the bringer of that awesomeness, which is Breyer, because they started it all. So that's cool. Hopefully everybody that was there had fun and travels home safely or is home safe, and everybody that is not there had a great weekend celebrating either with all the stuff that was going on in general, or maybe you were attending BreyerFest online like I was and watching the live streams and stuff like that, because there's always really cool things. Lots of talks and seminars. We got peeks of some new models. Ah, it's exciting. It's too much. Then you need like the hangover week afterwards. We have Kimberly in the chat. Hello, welcome. And thank you for attending the live stream if you're here, or if you're watching this later, hi too. Because I know that there's a lot going on and my timing wasn't the best. I had whole plans on doing more stuff, and then I'm like, there's already a lot of stuff going on, so we'll just maybe watch. We have Julie. Hello, Julie. Welcome. Annie. Hi, Annie. I miss you. Yeah, last year was so fun. Momo. Hello, Momo. How's it going? Sandy. Hello. Oh, you're in the covered arena thing. Hi, hi. I'm like there vicariously now. This is exciting. Let me see. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of photos and stuff to show you of stuff that kind of I saw pop up or people were sending to me along the way, which is super cool. So I will put some stuff up on the screen. I have goodies to show you in person, and I might have a couple giveaways for the people that are here live, because why not? It's BreyerFest. We have to do giveaways. Yeah, so it's been wild. I got my pony done, so I can show you that in a minute. I also did a quick, not quite done, but fairly work in progressy version of the Aura medallion that I snuck up on you guys with. And people are like, where'd that come from? It's been hanging out in the back corner in the streams. You've probably seen it a few times, so it's not 100% surprise. Sometimes you'll find things in the background that are maybe sneaky peeky things, so that might be a thing. I don't do it all the time, so it's not like there's something in the background at all times that is a sneak peek, but there are things that are in progress sometimes that are back there. There are things that are in various states of like surprisiness that are there too sometimes. So, haha, I keep you on your toes. Yeah, so that's the thing. We have Krista. Hello, welcome. So yeah, I'm saying that a lot. my brain has exploded. There's way too much going on. And it feels like it barely starts and then it's like poof, done. I don't know if that's just me, but holy Hannah. Let's start with the theme for next year. So Breyer just posted that at the end of their stream when they were doing their clock horse thing. And it is very cool. I squeed a little bit because not only is it Scandinavia, which means we're probably getting some Icelandics and some fun stuff like that. I see a fjord in the logo there. I also see the Icelandic in the logo, and I see a firestorm. It makes me happy inside. It's like little Christmases everywhere for me. I just enjoy it. That's kind of fun to be like, I did that. Speaking of, that's kind of cool. Let me pop that off the screen. So there's the cute little clock horse. And I'm like teary because it's exciting for it to be BreyerFest and for it to be their 75th anniversary and I'm crying. And for my pieces to be on the clock immortalized for their 75th anniversary because they have Fireheart, Tiger Lily, and Firestorm on the clock forever. It's like crying again. It's very, very cool. And a place I never thought I'd be. That's like a really crazy honor to be put on there like that and be part of any of this because I came from nothing. I was destined for nothing. And well, that's maybe pushing it a little bit. I'm keeping me small on the screen for a reason because I'm like crying like a baby now. Yeah, I didn't have any like hands up in life. There was no support for what I did other than from my grandmother. And this is just super cool. So if you're thinking that you need like an art degree or crazy stuff to be able to do cool things and sculpt for Breyer maybe one day or paint for them or do something incredible, don't sell yourself short because you never know. I didn't know Breyers existed until I was in high school, and from then to now, it's only been about 20 years, and I am on their 75th anniversary clock horse in spirit. Like, so cool. So cool. This is like, yeah, anyway. Yeah, I wipe my tears and then I'll make myself bigger on the screen. Oh, goodness. So yeah, I apologize. It is BreyerFest again. It's always BreyerFest. There's always going to be something, right? So yeah, there's that. And another cool thing that I spotted. Let me just pull it up here. I will show my screen. Share screen. See, I can't even figure out how to function anymore. This is the artisan or the hobby tent at BreyerFest, and you can see that they have Tiger Lily. Well, technically it would be Good Times and Great Friends, so Tiger Lily and Firestorm molds, and then my sketches in like giant scale right beside Moody piece, which is super cool. Moody's like my hero. So that's the neatest thing ever. And there's been a lot of stuff vicariously. I'm like, oh, I wish I was there. But yeah, it didn't work out. So that's okay. But it's so cool. Like there's part of me that's like, my artwork blown up that big. That's kind of, you like see all my mistakes, but that's all right. It's a sketch. So yeah, that's super neat. And I really appreciate people that have been sending me stuff along the way. That's so cool to see all the things that are going on and how my work is being incorporated into part of the brand, which will live on probably way longer than I will, and be able to, like Moody did with me and other artists did with me, inspire and maybe give people hope when they don't have it. Like damn it. Just laugh. Every time I cry, don't drink. It's not going to work out well for you. So yeah. Oh goodness. So even, I don't even know what my train of thought was. Even in their clock horse talk at the end. So if you were doing live BreyerFest or online BreyerFest, the little spiel that they gave at the end about the clock horse, they talk about like horses and model horses helping you kind of in your darkest days, and that's totally, I think we all can relate a little bit to that. I definitely can. My story was crazy. My childhood was crazy. My teenagehood was insane. There's a lot of crazy stuff. Model horses helped give me something to focus on that was way better than what was going on around me, and I might not have survived what was going around me without them. So to be part of this and to be able to give back is so cool. And I'm gonna stop crying now. We're gonna move on to other things. They're happy tears, my goodness. Yeah, just so cool. Anyway, so thank you for all of you for helping get me here, because I wouldn't have been able to be here doing this if it wasn't for the people that supported me along the way, bought my work, liked my work, shared my work. There's tons of ways to do it that aren't and support every artist in the hobby that you like that isn't giving us money. It's not all about that. We need that obviously to survive, and it helps, and we appreciate it very, very much so, especially with the economy the way it is. But like, I don't know. It's an honor to be able to give back in this way. So yeah, that's my we're not crying again BreyerFest moment. Oh goodness. So I'll be showing, yeah, Aura in a second. The painted one's very nice. Hi Brenda. Welcome. Midsummer Fair makes me think of Knight's Horses. Fireheart would be great for that. I was kind of thinking like Midsummer Night, like medieval, but they're saying it's Scandinavian. So we'll see what we get from that. Very fun. Maybe some Scandinavian lore and mythology. That would be very cool. Thank you for distracting me from my crying. I appreciate it. Julie says, wasn't too happy with the online BreyerFest this year. Glad that I'm streaming today. Ah, you're welcome. Sorry, I was gonna do more streaming and stuff, but you know that there's so much going on. But I think their focus is on the fest in person, especially with the BreyerFest birthday and stuff like that. So maybe next year I'll plan for better events. It's just I struggle trying to fit things in when there's not other stuff, and there's always other stuff. So between that and everything Stone was doing, it's crazy. I wasn't even able to keep track of any of that. So there's that. Karen, welcome. Hello. You just got home. Very nice. You guys, the people that live really close, I'm so jealous. You can just pop over and be like, ta-da, I'm at the thing. Hi, Kenzie. Did you name your pony? I've been watching your journey, and it's so cool. She just adopted a Mustang, and he's so cute, and I'm so excited to watch you two grow up and train together, and he's already so sweet. Oh, so love that. Anyway, Annie, I didn't actually watch the auction. We had a event yesterday from like 1 o'clock till I think we got home just before the sale, so like 4:30. So I haven't even been able to go back and watch. All I had somebody send me a thing saying that the Alborozo got $37,500, which is crazy. I'm pretty sure um, let's see. Oh, Breyer did post it on their thing. So this guy distract me from the crying. Thank you guys. There we go. This guy. So this guy got $37,500. It did not break Silver's record, and Moody does deserve to be the queen. So yes, I love it. But he's super cool. So he was kind of a mixture of the Alborozo mold and then the wings that they put on Silver in a fun deco color. And he did really, really good. And speaking of these guys, so I'll have to go back and watch the auction. I live streamed it the last couple of years, but we weren't here for it to do that. So that's why I didn't live stream it this year. It was an unfortunate conglomerate of events that stressed me out a little bit, but it's okay. It's fun. So it's actually nice to have a break from the intensity of BreyerFest. So there's that. But on these lines, where did that go? Ah, shoot. Oh, I saved it here. Let me go here. I even organized myself today, and my brain's like, now you've cried, so your brain doesn't work anymore. BreyerFest there. So this guy did pop up at BreyerFest. Where is the picture? Where is the picture? Where'd it go? Aha! This is the $22,000 Alborozo that popped up at BreyerFest. Oh, won't let me maximize it. All right. Amazing color. He cleaned up, obviously, and I'm surprised that somebody brought him out given his value, but it's so cool to see them actually out and showing. So that's really, really neat. That is the one that they based, I think his name was Chalice, the little stablemate off of. So very, very cool. Chalice is in Holy Grail. Ha ha ha. So funny. Yeah, that's the thing. Hi, Lizzie, you're at BreyerFest. I love that you won that contest too. That's so cool. And Sasha like killed it. She's like the best MC. I loved it. Ah, so fun. Not saying Kimber isn't great. Kimber's great, but Sasha just has this way about her that is wonderful. So yay! So fun. Let me see. My brain is pony tired at the moment. Mine too. Krista says, I will be in trouble if there's any Finnish themed ponies for next year. I'm from Finland. It might be a thing. Scandinavia, I believe, includes your little bubble. So hang on. Kinsey says, hasn't named her Mustang yet. Just came from the barn. I started scratching in between his front legs and he started grooming me back. I love that. That's so cool. And what better than to form your own horse together? Like you guys are building your language and just love it. Because somebody else putting buttons on your horse is one thing. It can be awesome. But doing it yourself is a whole nother level. That's just, you can't beat it. And then you know all the ins and outs and you know that how it all went and it's just so cool. I'm so happy for you and a little bit jealous. It'd be so cool to do that myself one day, but we'll see how that goes. It's always been in my head at some point, but yes. So yeah, that was the Chalice guy. Let me see what else I've got in my bucket of tricks. They had their open shows and there was the Resin Renaissance. So there was a whole bunch of pieces that popped up. I'll just go through in the order that I have them in the thing and close them as I do that. So there was a couple of tater sightings in the wild at Resin Renaissance, I believe, and also BreyerFest Open Show in different types of performance. I love that they have a quarter horse, stock horse doing jumps and he's just like, do, 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 do. He has the butt for it. There's a lot of like power in the back end. Let me swap that out for the next one. We had a whole bunch of juggernauts that popped up in the arena. And these are just pictures sent to me by different friends. So cool to see them in the wild. Here's another one. Bam. So cool colors. You can kind of see them on the table behind it. That's very neat. I love it. I live vicariously through you guys. Oops. And I messed that up. This guy, I really like this one. He's cool. I like them all, but I'm a big sucker for a bay overo tovero color for whatever reason. It does weird things to my brain that my brain really enjoys. I know that everybody has like a color like that, well, or several, because horses, but super fun. What else is there? There's this guy. I kind of like that it like puts them to the side. Very neat. He's cool. I think that's a Cindy Evans. No, I shouldn't remember names. But anyway, Lenore Rosette. Super cool. Very exciting, I think. Or the horse beside him did. I didn't get to see a lot of the placings, so I apologize. And if I mess up artist names, I also apologize. I am trying. It's hard. Was there another juggy? Here is another one. Dun, da, da, da. So fun. It's so cool to see them out in the wild. And this one was really neat. It was newer to the person. I think it was a brand new horse. It was posted that it was just showing up at the show, I think, from the artist. It had a cool brand on its hip. It's really hard to see it. The stupid thing doesn't make it big enough. But yeah, very, very cool. Very well done. It's so neat to see them all in different colors and how much a color will change the horse itself. Boop. Oh, this was the one with the brand. Never mind. That one also cool. Very, very cool. I like the brand on the hip and love the dorsal stripe and the different tones in it. It is very fun. And I apologize for not having the artists' names and things all ready to go. That makes it a little harder. What we got here? There's no one. He got 4. And then we had all those guys pop up. They had a cool like Mustang table, and that's really neat. I see tons of tiger lilies. I sent the pictures to Lynn because she gets all excited when she sees them in the wild. So if you're showing yours, send them to the artists because we love it. Even if it's an OF Breyer and we're just designing the premieres, we love seeing them out in the wild performing and doing cool stuff. It's how we live vicariously through you guys. I think I see a Marvelous there. Oh, it's just, there's so many cool, like Blue Suede shoes. I love the silvers and the Dakotas in the class. Ah, there's a Zeus, I think, right there with the happy butt. So fun. So fun. I love it. And you don't really get to see a lot of the images from the show itself. There's another one of the Mustangs in the corner. I see a goldfinch. I have a goldfinch. I love him too. Someone's showing a Bristol, I think that's the Peregrine, as a Mustang or a stock of some sort. Very cool. It's so neat to see different breed assignments too, because you can kind of get away with some really cool stuff depending on how creative you are, which is how the hobby is also fun. What else do I have? Here's another tater in performance. This one, Lynn Castle's Caldwell painted. That's one of the only ones that I know because I wanted him so bad. And I love the little flamingo. It's like Cowboy Challenge. It's like, go around the flamingo and don't have your horse spook at it. What else? There was a tiny little fjord kicking butt in 4th. I love that particular fjord appy reference. I just love that combo as a cross because it makes the colors so cool and they're so fun. And then there was another. There's a Scootle. Da, 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 da. And we don't always get tagged in these photos, so it's hard to know when stuff's out showing how it did. Nobody knows unless you send it to us. And I did flip my camera so it's the right way around so you can see things the right direction because that was driving me absolutely mental. Another Tator. Doing the flag race. He's so well behaved. Look at him just go. He's like, I got this. China Juggies, Breakables had a few earthenware. I didn't see any. I looked, but it's hard to follow all the things that are going on. So, I wish I would have seen that. But that's okay. There were some other things that did super, super well. Where do we got? Oh, and then Amy's High Horse got into the Best Customs contest as a finalist, and I don't know what she did, but I think the storm horses, I'll show those in a minute. The stormy horses with the clouds and the lightning, those ones got first or champ. So I'm not sure if she got reserve or the other person got reserve. But super cool that she made it into the finals. Yay! Because Amy's always in the chat. We got to do that. What else do I got here? Juggy. These guys. Stephanie Blaylock was doing Resin Renaissance and pinned a Mystique medallion. The top one, the unicorn, is my sculpture. Both are painted by Bilberry Bush, which amazing finish work. And I love the creativity, the use of light, like the whole moon and the galaxy. Oh, it's so cool. Space unicorns. That's like a whole new theme. That'd be fun to do. But yeah, super cool. One looks like champion, potentially, or reserve champion. I don't know if they're in order of champ and reserve. I didn't see what the placings were exactly, but one of the two. So very cool. Neat to see that. And great to see the judges kind of calling it out and giving credit. So that is fun. I'm excited. And Julia Turner is the owner of those ones because I know that and she tagged her. So my artist brain doesn't need to hold the Swiss cheese stuff inside. It can fall out, which I appreciate. What else do we got? So there's some wicked cool artistry at BreyerFest kind of in general. Let's see, I will close this guy out. I was going to try and do this in a logical manner, but it's not working in a logical manner. Let's try this again. This one popped up from Lauren Hofer of Desert Sun Studios. I never did. I'm bad with pronunciation, so I apologize. This is so cool. I'll see if I can find the picture of the backside of this medallion. So let me just navigate back here. So it ended up winning in the Stone Show, looks like. Took first place in his class, which is super cool. She also had another one of so there's two of them there, and you can see in the picture. Let me just pull this over here so I can see what I'm doing, because I can't see what I'm doing right now. There we go. The backs are painted. So one's a fjord with fjords in the background, and then the other one's Riptide, and then it has the Chincoteague ponies, Riptide, and one of the other ones, because I don't know their names very well, in the background, which is so cool. And I think she just took scans of them so that she could show the front and the back, which is also really cool. Riptide sold and went to the show. The other one, I don't know if it's still available, but if you are interested, it might still be up on her site. And let me see, she did a specific post saying who the other artist was that did the backgrounds, and I don't want to get it wrong. Where I can credit, I try and credit, because I've been not credited in the past, and it always is nice to get credit where credit's due. Christy Newman. So Christy Newman 67 would be the tag. And she did the backing on these. So super fun. Looks like there's a couple of different options there, because that's a different portrait. So she might have had two of each. I thought it was just a scan of the back, but apparently not. Yeah, there you go. Two of each. What? Super fun. There's that one, and then Riptide is here. So there's the backing there. It's really neat when people take the potential of the backing, which is usually just kind of whatever, you stick it on something and it isn't, or it's primered over or not painted at all, to use that opportunity to do cool art on it, because and to do Riptide on it is very cool too. So let me see. Yeah, I think it'll take a minute for the juggies all to be done through horsing around. Where's mine? This one. Because he's so tall, they can only fit so many of them in the kiln. So he's a big kiln hog, which means it's way longer to do the addition because they can only fit so many in at the same time. He's really cool though. So it's the trade-off, right? Oh, Lizzie, you got the Django. That's awesome. She's got some really, or had some really cool stuff. It's probably mostly sold at this point. And it's always fun to pick up something at BreyerFest for your time. So that was cool. And then why is it not giving me my buttons? There's my buttons. This just popped up as I was going live. So this is Mila Pierce did this, and it won champion in workmanship at the Stone Show, I guess. And that's on the cob mold that I did for Stone. So you can kind of see how she did the customizing at the bottom. It shows the original mold in the documentation there. I love that. I love the little micro spotted Appaloosa markings. And this is my favorite, when you get feathers and they're just so softly and intricately done, where you get that nice soft blending. That's my absolute favorite. When you have a sock on a draft horse or something with feathering, it's really cool. But if you have that, like the black or the points dripping into the feathering, yes. Anyway, this is what BreyerFest and the fests are for, is doing the thing. And he's called Root Beer Float, which is also really, really cute. So congratulations to Mila and to the owner, Patricia Mueller, of the pony. Let's see, what else we got? Got that one. These are best customs. So I can show this one. And then Mariah ended up winning the best customs contest finish work division with her Thor portrait on Fireheart, which is so cool. It's like I'm there in spirit. Love it. So Mariah's been working really, really hard to do the best customs contest for a little bit here, and it's really cool to see her get a cool placing, especially on a pony that I like. So it's extra fun, and it's just neat to have that be possible. So yeah, very cool. So congratulations everybody that won stuff. That's awesome and fun. I'm gonna put this guy away and then show some of the other best customs stuff that popped up. So this is the Stormy ponies. This won the best for most drastic fantasy, I believe, like fantasy art. I'm bad at the categories and I didn't see everybody. So I apologize to the ones that I didn't see. I don't think that they're all in one place yet. I know Laura Rocksmith did a little bit of a video showing kind of what was going on. So check out her page and you'll see, so Crocus, yeah, I'll pull up her page. You can see her video and she kind of went over through the best customs entries. I haven't had a chance to watch it. It's been a little bit crazy, but super cool. This all lit up and made sounds and thunder and there's little mini winnies at the bottom and very, very cool entry. So it's always fun to see what people do with all the creative stuff. I love the acrylic and then the lightning coming down from it because it all lit up. It's just very, very neat. So swap that one out. This one won for the tack. This was the Queen's coronation set, I believe. And it was all, she did a whole bunch of research. She was featured on the live stream for BreyerFest and went over how there was not a lot of references for the actual tack set. So because they've only had it used twice, I think, in the history of this existence, but super intricate details. There's a whole bunch of extra accoutrement that came with it. So the postcards, you saw some of the pictures of it being used. There is the little coronation flag, just really cool stuff. So that doesn't come out very often, but really, really neat. And that's part of the cool thing. Like hobby people just go and they dive deeper and they get more into all the intricateness that most horse people don't even care about. Most people are like surface level. And this is just extra level. Like, look at all the little details in that. That's wild. I love it. And the Cancion looks great. I don't know what that is. Other stuff. So Lonesome Pine Ranch looks like, yes, was the one that did it. Here's their page. Very, very cool. So if you had a chance to see that in person, jealous, be so fun. And then we have the last one that I found, which is the Arab set. And this is Paw Prints, Sarah Bowman, Paw Prints Saddlery. Great little details on this set. Won the stablemate, which is in the corner, which is very cool. And that was the reserve for it. So the Queen's set won the first place, and this is reserve with an awesome, it's nice to see, like, that always just blew my mind when I first started in the hobby, is all the little tack and the little, like, why does my brain not remember the word, the shells? Yeah, anyway, little shells and cool stuff. So that's super fun to see. Short Game Plays, hello, welcome. Let's see. He's beautiful in person. Pics don't do him justice. I wish I could have seen it. Wonder how much time was spent. I can only imagine that most of these are just crazy amounts of time. The Stone Best Custom stuff, there was tons of entries for that. Go check that out. Tons and tons of really neat creative things that were going on. Katie woke up from a power nap. You like drove right through. Hi, Katie. So fun. There's lots of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I saw that popped up online. There's a few obviously that I missed from the Breyer thing. Go check out all of it. Check out your artist pages. Go cheer them on, support them. Even if they didn't win, cheer them on. It's all fun. So it's a very, very fun thing. So yeah, what else do I got going on? I have more stuff to show you guys. So I did manage to get the prints done in time. So they are all printed and matted and ready to go. They are signed. I have one here that isn't in shiny things. So they're a matte print of the Wildie. For those of you that love the Wildie, it turned out so fun. It's like so velvety. And then they're signed in there. It's an edition of 40. So this one's one of 40, and there'll be 40 of them. And then they'll come in their little matted wrapping, and you can get it with the sticker if you want it. And the stuff that's up for BreyerFest will just stay up until it sells out, and then I'll remove it. So it might be around for a little bit. We will see how it goes. I was a little late to the game, but if you wanted the sticker, there's a bundle option for that. If you want me to sign something extra special, just let me know in the comments or notes or send me an email. I have, speaking of stickers, come here. Couple of extra stickers from the clubs. So sticker extras go up to the club members first off for their first crack at it. If the extras don't sell out, then they're offered publicly. So there are a couple of each of these ones that are still available. So this one has a cool metallic-y mirror shiny matte effect, which is really neat and messes with the camera in a way that my brain loves. And then this guy's holographic armor with a glossy finish. And then the Wildie on glossy. There were a couple of these guys left over of the Reaper medallion. So he is the bucking horse that I did for January, February before we took the break for the club. So those are up in the store for those of you that want them. Medallion Club members also have a crack at the... She's on like plastic. Without the backing. The backing's for molding because sneaky, but I don't have a clean one that's right by the camera. So that's the unicorn one that we did for the last month. And this month I have not released yet. So I think that'll be fun. I do have the heads. We've had a couple of people that have wanted the little heads. So those are the doll heads to fit the Yvonne dolls. I did a sample up for you guys so you can see what that looks like. So you can get her bald. I'm actually impressed with how I was able to do her face, and I guess for YouTube. Not that there's any detail there, but... So this one I broke the neck mechanism, but you can pop their heads right on and off and swap them out. So if you wanted to have the original Yvonne head for a more serious class, you could, and then you could pop on the smiling one for when you need a smiling face, or who knows what I might do down the road, because it's kind of fun. So they have their little rubber grommet underneath, and so they just pop on and pop off. Super nice to just see a smiling, happy doll. And then with the bald version, you can sculpt hair on, you can have no hair, or you can make little wigs for them, which was a whole process. I didn't even know that this was a thing, and I looked it up, and that's just out of mohair dyed with pan pastels, oddly enough. So that was the blonde wig that I was working on, and then you can just sticky wax them on top of the head, style them how you want, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah. And Yvonne's your aunt, maybe? I have no idea. So it was a whole new like side adventure. My brain was hyper fixating on like, how do you do dolls? How do you do face-ups? How do you do wigs? This is really neat. I'm not even really a doll person, but what? Maybe I will do more in the future. I don't know. And then I had somebody ask me to sculpt a Jason Momoa head, and then another one telling me to do Pedro Pascal. I'm like, I'm not really a human sculptor or painter person, but that's kind of fun. So very neat. All that stuff's on my website. I sent out the link to the club. It's still through the new provider. So if you don't mind opening up your emails and then saving the new email, then that would be greatly appreciated. It's coming from contact@chrysalisstudios.com. So we're not sending anything else. Like, you can send emails to it. PayPal still goes to the original email. That's all why I invoice it and link it and stuff. So super fun. But yeah, I've struggled with sculpting humans. I did the jockey for the the Justify, and that was hard. People are just hard. I've done a couple of medallions with people in them, but it was really, really cool to see that I could actually kind of get a reasonable, and this doesn't do it any justice, but a reasonable kind of face up going that didn't look super creepy. The tones don't quite match the body, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like with a face. So yeah, I will keep trying. Then we had this little lady. So she is casting up nicely. I am very, very happy. We have the whole face glove, so there's no seams at all on the face. Not that I tend to leave a lot of seams for you guys to clean up anyways, but we have a whole bunch of them that are popping up in the studio now. And then her little kitten, which lovely and cute, just sits on her butt. Sweet pea. So this was my memorial piece to my grandma, and I'm not going to cry again. We already did that at the beginning. But she was like the supporter of my art and got me through a lot of the tough stuff. As soon as I latched on to model horses, she was like, this is really cool. And how can I help you? And she bought me the first paints to get me started. A lot of the oil paints that you see here, there's a good portion of them that she bought for me right when I first started. And I was just, she was always there. Like, what do you need? Like, how can I help? Where can we go? Sending me horse pictures. Like, yeah. I'm gonna cry. So yeah, she would be super, super happy to have a pony that other people loved that was based on her. And it's that mixture of sweet and sassy. I put her story up on the thing, and I'll probably do a little bit of a video too at some point once I get a little bit more breather time. I did film the whole process of molding and casting her as well, so that'll be up for the members hopefully soon here, showing kind of how to do the gloved face, where to put mold lines, that sort of thing. Because she's a little bit trickier than your standard. Something that's a little bit easier would be something like maybe a tater, but this has some tricks to it. So that's kind of cool to see how it's done. I don't think anybody's shown the whole molding process before, so kind of neat. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody because everybody has their own different ways of doing it. I hopefully will be able to do a painted sample at some point, even if it's just quickly done, so you can see how it's working. But in the meantime, I did do a painted sample of this one. And if it doesn't work out, so this is Aura. If it doesn't work out this way, I will post the picture that I took. It is a flea bitten gray. She's quite large. So raven face scale. She's long, about 7 inches long, but sturdy. I don't like making things that are too breakable because people like transporting stuff to shows. This is just a quick flea bitten gray, Arab mare. And she's just got that cool, elegant look to her. I loved growing up on the Arabian horse magazines and seeing all the pictures of the Arabians that are just like, ha, ha, fwa, hair going, bodies going, like showing off all their athleticism. And then the quote that, I'm going to mess it up because my brain's not there. Hold on. Quote was, and God said to the wind, condense thyself, and he created the Arabian horse. Just with the wind flowing and just she's got this breezy feel to her. I was playing with actually Stephanie Blaylock's. I took her workshop last year for BreyerFest online, and I wasn't able to do it in person, and was playing with some of her techniques for getting some of this done, which is super fun. But yeah, I'm just over the moon with how she turned out. And some of you did spy her in the background. She's got a little bit of 3D-ness to the mane right here. And then obviously her ear comes out. She's not super, super thick in the face she is, but just that like classical Arabian loveliness. And she's got the breeze. I have so much fun with hair. I am now calling it my hairapy because even Haley was saying that it's like therapy to paint the hair. And speaking of Haley, actually, she put up a bombas and she was doing some really cool shading in the manes and the tails. Let me pull her up because I believe he's up for offers right now as well. So she was saying it's therapy to go in and highlight all those lights and darks and the crevices. It's almost kind of like a dry brush technique, but she's doing it all like intricately by hand. So it makes all the strands pop out, and the little puddle of hair for his tail just really pops. So I think he's available now. Here's some more pictures of from today, the 12th, through the 14th, which is Monday. So he will be done Monday, the 14th at 8 p.m. So you can kind of see here all the shading, and he's a dapple gray. She removed his horn, made him a horse. So you can see the puddle. Look at the tail puddle. Tail puddle. Love it. Lots of like 3D-ness to the hair. Super cool. If you do paint something by me and I don't see it, let me know, because I try and share stuff on the streams too and make sure that I cover my bases with people that are painting things and that are currently available. I tried to share as much as I could to my stories while we were doing BreyerFesty stuff. So hopefully that helped. I know it's hard to get visibility when there's so many things going on. Like even for me, there's like, when do you even post? How do people see stuff? There's like, it's insane. There's so much going on. Brenda says, thank you. I love the Wildie. And it was cool to blow up the print and have it be so velvety. It's got a cool feel. The digital art thing has just got a different feel to it. I want to do more traditional art as well, but I do the stickers digitally, and I just Procreate in the iPad's so fun, and it's really neat. It's got a cool look to it. Jody's here. Hi, Jody. Yeah, this was like the year of sculpting weird stuff, because I have the doll faces, and then I have the cute little kitten. He was just sweet pea, or she was so fun to make. Anyway, just a little fun thing. So yeah, this the Arab Aura is limited edition of 60 pieces. I think we're about halfway sold out now. And then Betty Boops is 100 pieces. I think we're about a quarter of the way through the edition right now. So they might be available for a little bit longer. I know everybody's recovering from BreyerFest and the timing isn't always the best, but that wanted to put something up. My grandma would have loved to be at BreyerFest. So this was kind of like in spirit. Mama says, for sculpting medallions, do you use a type of clay that dries like Magic Sculpt, or clay that never dries? This is going to be the worst answer ever. But I use epoxy sometimes. I use Super Sculpey Fimo sometimes, or not Fimo, Super Sculpey Firm sometimes. I use Monster Clay sometimes. And the Arab was actually a test in something called Alien Clay, which is similar to Monster Clay, but I don't think I like it quite as much. Although it did smooth, and it's harder to do hair in Monster Clay. So everything has its pros and its cons. What I would suggest is working probably in something that doesn't dry right off the hop. So unless you're really experienced with epoxy, go with something that doesn't dry, like Monster Clay or Chavant or Super Sculpey Firm is kind of almost the best of both worlds in some ways. It's really hard to get details into though. So like I said, everything's got its trade-offs. So find something that you really like, test them all out, play with them, see what you absolutely hate, and then work with something that you like a little better, because that, if it doesn't frustrate you through the whole process, you'll probably sculpt with it more and you'll get better faster. I use everything because it kind of depends on what I'm looking for. Some things, the design kind of requires it to be, if there's lots of hair, I don't want to do it in a softer clay because I don't like sculpting hair in a softer clay. I usually lean, it's kind of a little bit of all of them. So if it's hair heavy, I'll leave it on Magic Sculpt because I like sculpting hair in the Magic Sculpt more. If it's really thin, sometimes it's better to do it in a Super Sculpey Firm because then you can bake it. It's really hard to deal with things that are thin and not hard. So you try and mold it and it's got little like wobbly legs. Magic or Monster Clay has benefits that way too. Monster Clay is really easy to shape out really quick because you can heat it till it's liquefied and then it's really soft and you can make things really fast. So if you want to, my brain was like, show them the thing. I can't show you that thing right now. But I'm working on something where I blocked it out really, really quickly. And that's kind of satisfying. It gives you a little bit of a leg forward. So they all have their pros and cons. Kind of depends on what you like. So sorry, that was like an answer, but a non-answer at the same time. What else did I have up on the site? Oh, there's a couple of bitty biters left. So they're up on the website that are available, the last of the edition for that scuttle before we close them out and get rid of the molds. And I can put up the thing on the thing. Why am I not doing that? Here. I can show you what I have. Duh. I'm so bad at this. I'm not a very good advertiser. Here you can see kind of a smattering of all the things that are available. There's bitty biters, there's the pony, so Betty Boops. We've got a couple of the stickers there, the heads, the painted sample. The painted sample itself is not for sale, but the heads blank are. Scuttle's on there, Reaper's on there. Oh, and I don't have a Noki, but there is a couple of Nokis and a couple of ruffles. So if you're looking for any of that stuff, it's available until they sell out. So we'll don't know when that is. Jody said, wouldn't it be funny if you had grabbed it before you could stop yourself? Yeah, it would be good for you guys, I guess, in a way. I try not to reveal things too soon because for some people, especially if it's club related stuff, they don't like it spoiled. And I try not to get people too excited too early because sometimes pieces don't work. I've had ones that I've gotten like right to the bitter end with, and then they don't want to be finished, and it makes people mad. They're like, why is it not done? I'm like, because it doesn't want to be done. Like you guys all get excited about the big Pegasus that's like a wall medallion where you can see the wings and it's flying. I want it done so bad, but it's like, no, I don't want, no, I'm gonna sit here half done. So I don't know what to do with it, but it's there for now until it decides to behave. So send it behaving energy and maybe it'll get done. I don't even know what to say. So yeah, that was a crazy. Breyer did have a cool pardon my dying. A cool peek from their vault that some people spied. If you see it up in the corner there is what looks like a holographic fire heart. Might show up now. There you go. Holographic fire heart up in the corner. I don't know if we're going to see it ever. There's some really cool stuff you see in the archive rooms. So we will see. If you want it, bag them and send them emails and it might happen. But yeah, that was kind of cool to see. What else was there? They had a tank top that had the Marin Foal on it too, so I needed to buy that. So they make me broke just existing. It is fun. It is so, so fun to be an artist for Breyer. Here's a picture, better picture of the Arab in slightly better lighting. You can see her all. She's got some shading in the face, and then I've got some flea bits, light flea bitting on there already. I kind of really like when they're a little bit on the lighter side. You can get some really heavily flea bit horses, but it's just there's something about the like late flea bit. That's why I love Fish. I love Breyer flea bits in general. So any of them work well for me. That makes me happy. I love Rico. I love the Ironsides. I love the Fish. I love all of it because it's flea bit. And then they had the like snowman, and there's the I'm making a cantering gesture. I'm sure some of you picked up on that. The cantering, show jumping warm blood. That one. There's that guy in Fleabag. I'm just embarrassing myself. So yeah, super fun, crazy stuff. Now you're laughing at me. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for laughing at me. Christy says, is the Wildy sticker a club release? And if so, have they been mailed? Having problems getting into the club pages. Send me an email if you're having problems and we'll try and figure it out. The Wildy sticker was the one that just went out for July. So it should be in your mailbox. If it isn't already, let me know and I can always send another one out. They've been really taking a long time. And I'm not sure why that is. They do have to be transported to the US border, dropped off with USPS, and then shipped out from there. But it seems like mid to late end of month is when they've been arriving. It wouldn't be any faster if I sent it Canada Post. That's about a 2 to 3 week period too. So I can't make them go any faster, which is unfortunate because I want you to be getting them sooner, but I have to wait for all the payments to come in to ship them. So you should be getting it right away. If you don't see it within the next week, let me know and I'll send you out a new one. And if you're having problems getting into the club pages, just send me an email. There's contact pages on the website or contact@chrysalisstudios.com or the normal Gmail address. So whatever works for you. I don't want you to be frustrated trying to get into stuff. So let me know. The password for the club does change every month, and I send that out. So I sent it out with all the sale information. So check that out or email me if you ever forget. So works out. What else is there? I think that is the majority of things. It's crazy. So we'll see about BreyerFest next year. I don't think I'll be attending in person. It's financially a big commitment coming from Canada, particularly, and it's been a little bit of a rougher year than it has been previously. So we will see. I can't say never, but probably not next year. Maybe the year afterwards. See how it turns out. But yeah, so hopefully you guys had fun and go dive in on the internet and love all the stuff that's popping up. Go support the artists that are doing great things in the hobby and make sure they feel your love for the work that's free, which is awesome. It's a great way to support people. Like, share, bookmark if you're on Instagram or wherever you can bookmark. I guess that messes with the algorithm. Everybody's fighting this like algorithm hell because it's so hard to try and get your pieces actually to show up on people's feeds because all it wants to do is make you dance. It's like, okay, now videos this day, and now your videos need to be shorter, and now your videos need to be longer, and now you need to do reels to match your videos, and they need to be this long, and they need to do this, and don't put links in this thing. Now put links. Like it's ridiculous. So have pity on us poor artists. We're trying really hard. And share people's work. And then if you ever want to, like, you did something cool, share it with me and I'll try and put it on the stream or share it on my story or my page. So I try and do more of that. But I did say we were going to do a giveaway thing. So how are we going to do that? Let me see. The first 5 people. Now everybody's like, ah. The first 5 people to put, what should I put in the chat? Oh, let's say celebration in the chat. First 5 people to put celebration in the chat, I will contact you and I will send you a free thing. So 5 people, you can do it. Just type it in the thing, push enter. I will go in. Probably it might not show up in order here for me, so I'm going to go back to my pages. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, I will amalgamate the two for timing, and then first 5 people to say it will get stuff. So it looks like Deanne, Annie, Sarah, Jody, and Brenda. Yay! So we'll see how it should be the order. I can't guarantee it's the order that you're seeing it on your screen because it sort of shows up different. I will go to the actual Facebooks and the YouTubes and check it out. But yeah, free stuff. I will send you a little gifty baggy thingy of something. So yay! Happy BreyerFest, everybody! I hope you had an awesome time. I greatly appreciate all the support for people that have popped in the store and bought something. I totally understand if you've blown your budget. Everything will stay in the store until it's sold out. So hopefully it's there when you need it. And I will see you next Sunday. So I hope you were inspired, delighted, filled with that magical model horse wonder. And I will see you not next Sunday. Actually, that's a lie. I will be on the road for Miles of Mayhem. So we have this week to start shipping stuff out for you guys. Pony swag is coming. So I'm hoping that'll arrive before we go. If not, hopefully right after we come back. I will reach out to all the people with orders though. So, and then we won't have a stream next Sunday, and I'm not sure if I'll have a stream the Sunday afterwards. Maybe I'll do something in between. We'll be racing between different tracks and racing the truck on the different tracks, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, no stream next weekend, but I will try and post stuff in the meantime, and I'll remind you that there's not going to be a stream. So yeah, I gotta maybe I'll be fixing transmissions in parking lots or alternators. Hopefully the tip of them doesn't light on fire again, but I'll keep you updated and let you know. And then most of the other stuff, the medallion should ship out right away. If you need time payments or condensed invoices on anything, just send me an email. I can do that really easily. My website wasn't letting me do carts So that means you have to check out each individual item if you're buying multiple things. That's a pain in the butt. You can buy multiples of the same thing, but you can't buy different things on the same checkout. So let me know and I will do that for you. I can put it all in one. If you need time payments, let me know. Pretty flexible. So just hit me up. All right. Love you guys. I won't see you next week. This is weird, but I'll see you soon. Okay. Love you. Have an awesome rest of your BreyerFest. Safe travels home. Don't feed the trolls. I see that they're maybe not as fat as they once were. So good job, guys. Don't feed them. We'll see you next time in a couple weeks, maybe.